Greetings, Keishlings. Keish Prime here with my live reaction of Dr. Stone, Chapter 174. Okay. They have a sail upgrade, which is basically a move straight out of Waterworld. I loved it. So that's allowed them to pick up a lot of speed. And, yeah. I guess the sky's the limit, so to speak, right now, because it's giving them enough ground to maybe progress with their motorcycle plans. But, yeah. What is the title today? There doesn't seem to be one here on the first page. Let's see here. We see the boat, which still says hell. I love it. And then we've got, like, some of the people there, and we've got good picture of Chelsea, actually. This is probably the best image of her entirely. Because, like, you see every detail about her. I like it. I'll have to save that later. So while we run a full throttle race against mean old Stanley Snyder, we gotta harvest some rubber from trees. Okay. Uh-oh. We have the Perseus. Oh. The Spectre of the Panama Canal. I said they should have done... My arm popped. I said they should have gone through the Panama Canal because, like, where they triangulated the petrification epicenter from, it's closer to Brazil, which, you know, unless you want to cut all the way through, you know, South America to get over there, it made more sense that they would cross over where the Panama Canal at least used to be. It's obviously not there anymore. A lot of concrete. There's really not a whole lot of concrete, to be honest, that seemingly would have survived and that we've seen to have survived in the, you know, 3,700 plus years. So, yeah. So yeah, that channel might be completely different, but hey, it's worth a shot. It'd be one of the lower points that they could have crossed over. So yeah, I do like that they're actually heading there. But let's see here. Funsies! I got you covered. We're right here near Panama, and I can guide us straight to some rubber near the shore. But if we take too long to gather up the rubber, then before we know it, Stanley's going to catch up, right? And not that I'm scared or anything. Okay, so Suika and Lunar, they're kind of like, oh boy. Yeah, I guess that's a big problem. So she's like, yeah. Oh, I do love her expressions, though. She is a child of the internet, that's for sure. God, most of you don't know how nasty Stanley can be. Especially those who didn't witness him snipe Senku. And Senku's just kind of like, you two motherfuckers shut up about that. I almost died. If our boat is reachable by plane from Stanley's ship, we're doomed. That's true. And we're seeing like a visual of that. Yeah, he'll just snipe them right off the... Oh, okay, well, that's showing him killing both Senku and Kohaku. Not that I'm sure what Kohaku could have done. You know, she really needs, like, a bow and arrow or something. Like, with her 20/20 vision, like, she would be a decent sniper, too. You know, like a good exploding arrow. There you go. Well-placed exploding arrow. I think that would at least help bridge the gap between their normal weapons compared to the firepower that Stanley has available. That sounds about right. And now that they know the revival fluid recipe, they've got no reason not to kill us on sight. Come on, Yukio. Isn't there some way to outrun the bad guy's boat? How is he supposed to know? He's your sonar dude. like a showdown against the enemy sonar guy. No, shooting out radio waves or our own at this point would only just give away our position. And from what my ears are telling me, their radar man is elite. He's also, like, very primitive looking, to be honest. Like, he looks like what we saw on Treasure Island. He looks like he's straight from there, to be honest. The tiniest hint of our location won't escape him. So even if we're matching their speed, they'll stick to us like glue. Give away our position, tiniest hints won't escape him. So both Rio Sway and Senku are just kind of like, Yukio. If only we could use the Panama Canal. Banana Canal? Chrome wouldn't know what that is, Chelsea. Allow me to explain, Master Chrome and Company. Okay, so we're getting history lesson from Francois. Traveling by ship to the ocean on the other side is a monumental task, correct? I'm talking about circumnavigating around South America. Yeah, one bad task. Whether going up or down, either way looks like a long trip round. However, in the early 20th century, they split the continents at this slender point, thereby creating a water route connecting the two oceans. That was the Panama Canal. And Chrome is just having like a what moment. You don't say. I swear, scientific civilization came up with the craziest ideas. Chrome, you haven't seen literally nothing. Wait till you get to the internet. That man will be dead. If we could squeeze through there to the other side, we'd have the bad guys beat. Well, yeah, because their boat wouldn't be able to fit through there, would they? Because, like, if it's, decayed to enough to where it's at least passable by, like, a small vessel, I doubt a larger vessel would pass through it. But who's to say? I mean, large vessels did pass through it back in the day, so... And, well, in our present day, they do. But, yeah, we just have to know the condition of the canal. Because that busted-up canal got abandoned, like, forever ago. Stanley's warship won't be able to squeeze through. Oh, so are we heading for that banana canal? Please, right now. Teju, my man, you're from fucking present times, and you should know it's called the Panama Canal. Probably impossible. After thousands of years, the canal will mostly, would be mostly filled in. That's it. What's Senku got? Haha, that settles it. We're splitting up into Team Rubber Trees. And Team Panama Canal. Okay. I mean, that's not a bad idea. They've done that kind of thing before. Splitting up at sea? But how? Everyone's freaking out. The team making for the canal will act as bait. And they've got metal objects on what looks like a T-frame. Alright. We'll show the enemy a radar cross-section that resembles that of our boat. Oh! And decorate it so that it's especially easy to spot. Their radar man is so good at his job that nothing escapes his watchful eye. You're using that against him. Or we're using that against him. But we're thinking this Panama Canal is probably blocked off. Not 10 billion% sure, but most likely, yeah. If it's a dead end, then isn't Stanley going to catch the canal team? Yep, our canal-bound bait will be shot full of holes and die for this mission. That's our strategy. How awful. I mean, yeah, it sounds pretty shitty. It's like, hey guys, who volunteers for Team Canal? You gonna die? It's a crying shame, but it's our best option. You don't really mean it, do you, Yukio? We could even come up, or how could you even come up with such a horrible plan? Listen up. This is goodbye forever. Goodbye to who? Wait, Senku's pointing at somebody. Who, or what is he pointing at? Oh, they're going to remotely control the fucking lab car. I love it. Oh, but it's sad, but they can rebuild. Mobile lab. Koseki, he's having a fucking moment. Autopilot. You know that thing, how is it like on the water like that? Like, I guess maybe they're in fairly shallow waters right now. I'm gonna miss that thing though. So they got that antenna thing on it. Oh, oh, my precious creation! You pitched it to make it too. Or you pitched in to make it too, Senku. Don't you feel anything? He doesn't feel anything except for the love of science and knowing that as long as progression is happening, all things can be remade. Nah, the shell's just a machine. I already stripped out the lab equipment. Okay, fair enough. I was like, what? They would be losing such an asset, but okay. He's thinking smart about it. How can you be so cold? I love Koseki's like attitude to like everything. Like, because he puts his heart and soul in everything he makes. So that when it gets destroyed, it's like literally one of his children is going and dying. I love that aspect of his personality. He's even saying goodbye. Okay. Team It's Just a Machine, which is Ryosue. We got Tsukasa, Senku, too many names. Hyoga, Kyokai, and Yukio. I guess the Japanese crew doesn't always agree on everything. Wait, then who's Chelsea on? She's kind of in the middle. And then everyone else, Team The Mobile Lab was a crewmate. You got Chrome, Koseki, Teiju. Teiju is doing a One Piece reference. He's got a little X on his arm, and he's like, you know, showing his support. And there's Suika on that side too. The sentimental fools. But anyway, moving on. Let's see here. Okay, we're back on the Perseus. Uh-oh. Radar Man Elite has picked up on it. The Junior Science Brigade's vessel has split into two signals, and one is heading for the Panama Canal. Is the canal even still open? No way anyone could know, but if it is, then they'll escape and leave us in their dust. Since the modern time... Oh, God, again, the frickin' evil Mark has returned. I love it how his mark, like, changes. Like, it gets more sinister and looks like a demon mouth or something when he gets, you know, in one of his moods. Since the modern timers have knowledge of the canal, even if they suspect a decoy plan, they have no choice but to pursue at top speed. Isn't that right, dear Stanley? Quite the stunt there, Pullen. Petty and obvious, but clever. Okay, he's man in the dark there. Okay, so we're seeing both party, well, actually all three parties technically now because of poor Mobile Lab Coon. Sorry, my throat is dry today. Let's see here. Okay, so they're getting close to the canal, I'm guessing, because Chelsea's kind of like doing her little thing. Okay, they've made landfall. She's leading them. There's a monkey in the tree. There's a toucan. The party has found a giant tree. So they were actually the rubber tree group. Makes sense then. Looks, or, yeah. Looks like an ordinary tree to me. Does it really contain that precious rubber? Just make a cut in the rubber tree and start collecting the sap, which is natural laxative. Latex. Why did I say laxative? I'm stupid. Okay, so that's how that's gonna work. What do you know? It's just like harvesting lacquer. Ha! That makes it a task suited to the Ishigami village tribe. Even Suika's done this before. Okay, so they're making a bunch of gashes on the trees, and they're loading it all up in like little bowls. So, and there's Zeno, and Gen's there. Why are you handing him a knife? You would willingly hand a potential weapon to the enemy. As a super science pro, dear Zeno, surely you can't resist making rubber with us. Besides, if our vehicles aren't up to snuff, it'll be your funeral as well. Would it though? I don't think Stanley would kill him. Because he's still presumably viewing it in the light that he's been kidnapped and is being mistreated, and he's not actually cooperating with them. So, yeah. You and Senku are birds of a feather. You both aren't the type to taint science with lies, right? Oh god, he's got them big puppy dog eyes Zeno's got. He's like, you got me. Science is my soft spot. But we're not letting you near our communication devices, of course. Okay. Such a shame that you're not quite that gullible and foolish. Okay, what is he doing with all of his little extendo finger thingies? Is he mixing it? Okay, so it's become quite clear looking, actually. This is that same sap from before. It's all jiggly. Like Bavarian cream. Okay. I would have said Jello, considering how clear it is, but you do you, Luna, you do you. Vinegar hardens it up. Then we mix in sulfur powder and knead with a roller. Okay, and that's where Teiju comes in. Okay. And now they've made a bunch of rubber balls. Whoa, they're so bouncy. Everyone's just bouncing on giant balls, it looks like. We've crafted super balls. Just a quick and easy test of our new rubber. Haha, at long last the stone world is getting the real rubber tires it's been asking for. Darn right, when humanity figured this out, it allowed us to bounce across land at crazy speeds. When the hell have we used rubber to bounce? We used it for tires. You know, it sped up our speed, sure, on land, but not bounce across. Anyway, good sing. I guess that says good Senku something. And then there's Senkulin. Why is that like Senku and insulin? Is what I'm thinking of. He's become the Michelin Man. We're taking our legs of science to the next dimension. Are you and rubber required? Are they literally going to use the rubber to bounce around through the forest or something? Oh shit. Don't tell me if the canal actually did break. Are they going to bounce the fucking boat over it? Because he's saying things like this. Like the whole it allowed us to boost across land at crazy speeds. But I was like, well, actually, he didn't say bounce, did he? He said boost. My bad. That me being stupid. Bad Keishan. Learn to read. Learn to read. Anyway, it's just weird. Like, oh, that's probably Goodyear. Like, but good Senku. And then the Senku is Michelin. Oh, look, there's Senku Stone. I didn't notice that one either. There's another Senku. But yeah, I like Senku, the Michelin Man. How does he have, like, the rims and everything of the tires in there? That's kind of weird. But it looks cute. I like it. And that's the end of the chapter. Alrighty, they had a solid plan, using the mobile lab. Rest in peace. To use as a diversion. And then from there, they obviously can't track the ones who are going ashore to get the rubber. So that's going to be completely, unknown to Stanley's group. So that was a good plan. So they've got 2 targets. They don't even know that that's a decoy, so that's great on its own. And then they're splitting up for a rubber team and the canal team. Hopefully the canal is actually still in somewhat working order, but like I said, depending on what condition it's in, it likely will play out kind of like what they're thinking. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if it's still within good enough condition for Stanley to force his way through and to get across and continue his pursuit of them. Or that it gets a little touch and go there. Maybe they actually end up losing the boat in the process because, if he gets within range, or maybe that's actually when the planes will come into play. It's he'll realize that they can't get through the canal, and then they'll launch their 2 aircraft to try and chase them down. And then that might lead to the end of Zeno's boat. But we'll have to wait and see. But it would be interesting if they did use a bunch of super balls or something to bounce over the canal, if it's not even suitable for a small boat to pass through. But I'm less inclined to believe that it still exists. But with how much was actually done to make the Panama Canal in the first place, there's, water is one of the biggest eroding and powerful forces on Earth. So it's very possible that it eroded away all of the concrete and stuff that we did to make the channel, but also just eroded away over time anyway. I mean, 3,700 plus years is a long time for water to, dig deeper and everything. So it might have made more of an opening, which then could play into problems for our main group. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see, obviously. Though that's at least a few scenarios I foresee. But we'll have to wait and see. But it's good that they finally acquired rubber, so Michelin Man Senku. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how well they can use it. I could actually see them using it in fun ways, considering they made, Super Balls out of it. Given how Kohaku and some of the other warriors could utilize, a rubber ball, you plan the trajectory, you throw that thing and you hit a bunch of people and it'll be kind of unpredictable. But if you know trajectories and stuff, that could be a fun weapon for the future. A non-lethal weapon. And plus then they can actually use that to make rubber bullets as well. And then, they'll maybe start making more firearms for themselves, but they'll be using rubber bullets, which do hurt like hell, but do not necessarily mean fatality. So that could be a good upgrade for, for Senku's group. But, yeah, we'll have to wait and see how things develop, but, until then, let me know what you thought of this chapter. Anything I misunderstood, please let me know down below. Check out my other content, see what you like, suggest things for the future. Links down below for all my social media so you can keep up with my content and have ways to contact me. I stream on Twitch where I do gaming, and I'll tweet out when I go live. Part of the One Punch Man podcast on Grim Reaper's channel, so go check that out. And as always, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, Quiche-lings, we got rubber, and we're gonna be bouncing scientifically.